Hi, I am Suraj Teja, CEO and founder of TRSTO1.
Hi, I am Prabir Mishra, CEO, founder, TRSTO1.
If you remember, Prabir, like how the journey started for us in the tech space, and it was quite very interesting what we had in respective fields. You in the finance field, and me in the healthcare and the real estate sector and telecom. We could easily connect the use cases part. That was the beauty of how TRSTO1's journey started.
Yes.
Because we could understand immediately in the initial stages where the technology can be adapted in the real world use cases where it could bring direct difference.
See, in the blockchain space, same thing happened to us. When people started convincing us, get into the NFT, get into that metaverse, get into the virtual world, what was our conclusion? No way, we are not going there, we are not diverting from the topic. That's why we got into the supply chain, that's why we got into the DMRB, or that's how we got into climate, right? It was around 2 years before. I think we are the first people were wondering how you are going to connect Web3 blockchain to the climate, right?
And you remember how we were the first company to tokenize a carbon credit?
Well, nobody was knowing that what is a carbon credit. We tokenize that and we can showcase that yes, this can be possible using a public blockchain. And that is that beginning.
Now the whole world is talking about Web3 and the sustainability, regenerative financing for the sustainable climate projects. All that is only possible with the tokenization.
We believe that we are the first mover in a lot of space. First to create in India, first to create in globe. See the ESG global product, ESG reporting system in blockchain. Right now we are eyeing into the supply chain. More than 90% of your carbon footprint in this world, which is getting ignored. We are always a kind of a futuristic in our approach, right?
There is a two-faced coin for the blockchain. One is the crypto, where most of the NFT, artwork, and all this would work, which is directly related to crypto side. And the other is where you would apply the blockchain technology's immutability factor on a supply chain.
We never take a failure as a failure, that is a learning. Any innovation, it has got its own time.
There was a lot of frustration with what we went through. For me especially, I'm slightly emotional rather than Prabir. You can see the age difference also. So he's more matured, focused, whereas I am more aggressive and very emotional, which is a very bad combination. So when we went into different aspects of the market, because I come from a business community, I went to a financing company to put the entire thing on the blockchain. So everything worked fantastic. They were mind blown with the technology and the optimization it would get them and cost saving it would get them, but they were not happy to spend money on the technology. They were like, okay, why should I adopt this? Is it going to increase my top line? No sir, it is not going to directly. But it will get a transparency and it will save the cost, and the credibility would be issued for your organization. And as you know, in India, if you want to put the credibility ahead of your profitability, it takes a time to prove,
We did a huge seed traceability project. There was no inclination for the seed companies to adopt this technology. But when these companies are right now seeing that there is a problem, their products are getting forged, their products are getting counterfeit, and they are available in the market for a lower price. But again, the technology is again keep on changing. The technology is going to address the bigger aspect.
Me and Prabir, we thought like, let's focus on food first, because on the insurance side, certification side, on finance side, this is not moving, regulatory issues and management taking a call on it. It is taking a lot of time. So when we targeted food, and we saw that the simple QR code solution, which is on blockchain, which will give an entire supply chain from farm to table for the customer by scanning the produce, that will enhance the belief in the product. that led to first customer. When we were exploring the different markets of carbon credit market and climate sustainability, there are two parts. One is capturing the entire part of how the emissions would happen, and the other part is after you capture the emissions part, what would you do? You would want to offset those emissions. And how would you offset those emissions? Offsetting emission projects which would get carbon credits for being sustainable. Solar energy we have converted. Before that we have done for a biogas project. Their carbon credits we tokenize. When we were tokenizing, we were also looking at the marketplace, how much would this would sell in the market. Then when we were doing the market analysis, the projects which generate carbon credits on the renewable energy are called vanilla projects, which would hold lower, least dollar value, monetary value. The more you go afforestation, the more carbon sequestration would happen. Paddy is generating a lot of carbon emissions into the atmosphere, was a little disturbing for me. So my father comes from the same background. I have been spent half of my life in the villages with the farmers. So I understand their problems, and I thought, okay, fine, I can make a difference to that. And this can't be done halfway through. It has to be it has a full-time job it is. So I took that part and I started another entity called Soenry, which onboards any kind of a carbon credit project. Different projects on Miyawaki, forestation, and we have onboarded on biogas. That is my vision. That would enable, when I say 10 million hectares, that would enable almost close to 3 million farmers from India, which would be monetized, benefited, and there is a lot of water saving which would happen for them, and a lot of regenerative soil. The soil will be regenerated, and there would be a huge power saving for the government because of the power is free for our farmers.
Here, a small farmer, the 10 million farmer, what Suraj is talking about, are impacting a bigger time on the climate.
I am very proud that we have made our space in Web3 platform on climate side and in a blockchain space.
Created a bigger impact in the farmer in Telangana when our technology is used for GI tagging their produce tandoor dal or the lentil. 40,000 farmers are getting direct impacted when their income level is improved by 2x.
Prabir, I think that was a wonderful conversation we had in a long time, and I hope all of you had enjoyed this.